wild. Like, have you ever met somebody where you
I've
were
met-
like,
I've met some.
oh, you are the worst evil person I've ever met, and
Yeah.
you will make decisions that harm.
Yes.
You've met people like that?
Yes, and they were some of the sweetest people at the time when I was interacting with them. Absolutely. That's why I go so hard about what I do. I literally
I'm
said,
way too optimistic. I think bad guys are only on TV.
I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna close it with
I'm
this.
just kidding.
I'm gonna close it with this. Just so I'm gonna go. When you see, like, when I see the people with you ever seen those coexist stickers and they got all the spiritual symbols and iconography?
I know exactly what you mean. Yes.
I don't trust anybody.
Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Out to the pay for the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it. Okay, out to the pay for the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it.
What does the future look like for your podcast?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of No Label the Pod. Here with my boy Now.
Yo.
Special shout outs to everybody that's been subscribing as usual, liking on Instagram, following Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that, man. We appreciate y'all as normal. Go ahead over to those podcast streaming platforms. Give us a rating, leave a comment. Anything helps. We appreciate it as always. Now, what you got for us?
Absolutely. Sign up for that newsletter. You know what I mean? Head over to nolabelmediaco.com. You know what I'm saying? Sign up for the newsletter. And everything you need to know about us, what's coming, it's going to be right there for you.
Tap in.
You know what I mean? Tap in with us. You know what I mean?
Easy.
It's only right.
It's easy.
It's only right. You know what I'm saying? And we be bouncing around the town. You know what I mean? We're in a fine establishment over here in the Hertel, North Buff area.
North Buff. Stand
Man,
up.
This shit is super dope. We're with a dope
Thank you.
artist. He's multidisciplinary. You know what I mean? Real Buffalo vet. You know what I mean? We had some good combos.
Many
coming in.
hats. Yeah.
Absolutely. We are sitting here with Mike XL. Brother, how you?
It's me. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Just, enjoying the journey so far, putting in that work, and finally linking up with you boys is exciting to me. I love it.
Absolutely. No, I mean, I've been hearing your name rumbling in the streets. I heard you with the opening for Jay Elect.
Yeah. That was a crazy experience. I just got a phone call to basically show up at Electric City. We got there. My buddy Landon is his current booker, Landon Wordswell. Were you at the show? Did you go?
I didn't make it on Tuesday, but we were at Revolver.
Okay, you went to Revolver though.
Yeah,
that's the one I put on. So they basically went to Electric City, and they were like, "Man, we really love the vibe. We love the town. We want to stick around and perform something intimate. Where do we do that? And where do we get wings? Where do we get our fixins? And basically, I hit up Revolver. They were totally down with the show, a little bit like in disbelief. Because when you hear the words, "Hey, like I'm walking in here tomorrow with Jay Electronica, and it's gonna probably sell out. Is that okay?" It's it's very like, yeah. Especially in Buffalo, like it's a tall order to say to somebody. So Dominic is a smart guy, and he's kind of like, absolutely, if you could produce Jay Electronica, we can absolutely make that happen for you. Like we're 100% on board. And then in a part of me deep down is like, does he think I'm crazy and I'm not going to show up? Like, you know what I mean? It's a strange predicament he put in. But Landon, he took my advice with everything. I put together a flyer. We put the show on in less than like 12 hours. I think they sold out. I don't know, maybe like the first hour or something. It announced.
I believe
something real quick. Yeah,
no,
it was an amazing experience. The whole thing. I feel like so fortunate to be. Just involved how it is. It's just so random, the occurrence.
For sure.
Like me knowing Landon, like what are the chances of him turning out to be Jay's booking. You know, like it's
Yeah.
just on the road coincidences that are weird. It just makes it all like it was all for a reason or something
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, divine timing, man.
It is. It is. It's a good feeling when you're doing something and you don't realize like how much it's gonna pay off later on. You're just doing it because it's fun.
Yeah, I feel like we experienced that with the pod. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We started off in the living room. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, it's like, oh, I know a bunch of artists. So when we start moving and grooving, next thing you know,
Yeah,
kind
and
of
I
like
think
the go-tos.
I think you guys know how to bring it out a little bit too, and you guys have like a tameness about you that makes I feel people like pay attention more. Where like as me on the other hand, I don't really have like the tamed kind of vibe. I feel like I'm just like all over the place. So people are like watching and they're entertained, but they're not really grasping as much because it's a lot of flair kind of distracting them, which is what I try to like, in my old age shed, but I can't seem to like get rid of the goofiness to it. And I want people, I'm like, listen to the lyrics of the song. You know what I mean? And they're like, but you're funny, dude. You should do comedy. And I'm like, fuck, like.
But it all ties in. It all ties in. And shoot, and on No Label, when we sit down, people, we kind of like to get the origin story. So, born and raised in Buffalo, right?
Yeah, I was born in Connecticut, but I moved here when I was like 3 or 4.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been here, but I was born in Hartford, Connecticut.
Dope.
So yeah,
What high school?
Hutch Tech.
Young engineers.
Yeah.
No, don't be repping.
Young
Don't rep
engineers.
shit.
Yeah, I did go to Hutch Tech. It was an experience for sure. Just growing up and then being downtown at like such a young age is such a like you're exposed to so many like things. Like you've been to downtown Buffalo, dude.
Red light district.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like being exposed to it at like 14 years old, it's like like amazing, shocking, intriguing. And yeah, that it kind of started there at Hutch Tech when I just started rhyming. That's when I came up with the name Mike Excel. I was like with a bunch of people who were picking all these like names because, when you're in high school, everyone's
looking for an identity.
everyone's trying to find some inner thing, and then the names I was just hearing were just like one word that was just like not a name. It was just like a verb or something like that. Just to be like, appealing and make it more like, I don't know, like just something that's intriguing to them and stuff like that. So when I went with Mike Excel, I was just like, my name is Mike, and people will not mess that up because my real name is Mike. Mm-hmm. And now here I am years later, and people walk in and call me Mick all the time because I spell it like microphone, and it's so bizarre.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
That's pretty racist.
It's a little uncomfortable, honestly. And it's this camera right here. Yeah, my name is Mike Excel. Okay, it's not Mick Excel. It's Mike.
Because if you see the word Mike, M-I-C, you would pronounce it Mike. But since it's attached to Excel, I feel like that's why people are like, maybe it's not Mike.
It like throws them, and they do the thing. They do this thing where like they kind of like, and you're like, what? And they like kind of like say it, so they don't want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't want to. And if they're right, they'll like double down. But yeah, the name I got in high school there downtown. I mean, just waking up and jumping on the metro was a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're so young, and then you're on the metro with, Buffalo's finest. You know what I mean? In the morning, you never know what to expect.
That's a spot.
And then, you're at school, you're with a bunch of people. Music that was coming out then was insane. The Black Album came out when I was in high school. You know what I mean? So, like, just being exposed to like that made everybody just want to, be a rapper. Just get like the feel of that feeling to write that kind of music. You know what I mean? And then even before that, I was exposed to it through like Black Star and Kweli and Yasin Bey and stuff like that through the skating culture. I got in through hip hop that way at that same time period. But man, outside of Hutch Tech, man, we used to throw down at the bus stop with somebody who could beatbox, and then whoever can go the longest. I feel like it used to be about whoever can go the longest that can rhyme. It didn't even matter what you're saying, like when you're that young. Yeah. And then like when punchlines like came around, you're kind of just like, oh shit, I got to be smart and thorough and have intent. And
So in high school, you started rapping. Were you actually making songs and releasing them, or were you just like rapping outside with your friends?
I was recording songs off rip outside of grade school, just like trying to piece together just like something. And I was writing in like a melodic kind of way that is similar to rap, but it's like a little bit more screaming. And I didn't really realize what I was doing. And it was very like genre bending, and I didn't really find a place in anything for it. And then I started to lean into like lyrics, and I didn't know how, like, I felt like I just had to be aggressive when I was writing when I first started, and then I just hated the way I sounded. So then like once I leaned into like more of a boom bap type of style, I was able to like ease up on the gas a little bit, which ultimately like brought me closer to like my identity of how I wanted to sound on a track, which is something I feel like a lot of artists don't realize. Like they'll record and then they'll listen to themselves, they'll know it's themselves, but are you really listening to yourself like as somebody else would listen to you?
Yeah.
And are you like conscious of like how you're doing a breath here, a movement here, a joke here? Like, are they throwing together things on the fly because they just like to write, or are they going to be Stanley Kubrick about everything in frame?
Facts.
So that was like, once I started to realize that I could paint a picture for everyone, I did, but I also liked that I could, while I'm painting this picture for you, I can also paint something in the corner for myself that maybe me and a close friend will realize just through a couple, words here and there, just to like kind of like inside joke tip of the hat. I'm always talking to like my close people and all
fire.
the music. Yeah.
That's super fire.
So yeah, I'm just like, that was like one of the big like moments of clarity when I realized how much control and like intent I could have behind making the music, which it doesn't sound like it is, but it is, because I am kind of goofy. Like I said, the one thing I can't really shake is this goofy demeanor about me, but yeah, man, the older I get, the more I want every single word to like mean something from here on out. I don't know if it's
That's
a getting
fine.
older thing.
No, that's I think that's just mastering your craft.
Yeah,
And
I think I'm so deep in it at this point that I'm literally crazy about it.
Yeah, and you're multidisciplinarian, so it's like how does that impact like everything? So you do tattoos.
Yes,
You
12
rap.
years almost.
You did this mural behind us.
Yeah. Nadine did the lady face, and I did this reaper. I love doing skulls and reapers and just little nod to mortality and stuff like that, and about just everything. I want people to just be happy, but also like to like appreciate their lives in like a way. You know what I mean?
Word. Life is only good because death happens. You know. What I'm
Yeah.
All of this artwork is done by y'all too?
Yeah, most of it. A lot of it is gifts from friends throughout our travels. We spent a lot of time in Ohio. A few times in Florida, we came back with some artwork and just collecting, and just staying in the circuit and meeting new people and making trades. I mean, I'm sure I could name every artist on the wall, but that would take.
Oh yeah. Nah,
But most of it is ours. It's our studio. It's like where we find our piece of. It's like our dojo. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in the start, when you start get out of high school, you making music, releasing music. You mentioned you were skating. You're doing graffiti. You're doing. Did you ever feel like you had to hone in on one thing?
Yeah, when I first started, like everything, I was way more focused on like skating and painting, and the music was awesome because when I first started, it was just coming like so much more naturally, almost like the way that I was locking into it. I didn't really try hard to book shows or anything like that. I was put on a lot of stuff, and it was the first time where like it was pulling me, and I didn't have to like do anything for it, and I was just showing up because I was asked to, instead of like digging to figure out someone to book me here and like try to put stuff on for myself. So I kind of like was riding that wave, and I wasn't even thinking about structure in my life. Getting older wasn't even an option. I was going to be 22 years old for the next 5 years, and just live that kind of like lifestyle and try to figure it out through that. But tattooing found me at 25, and it was right when I was kind of losing that like direction. I felt like where I was like, I'm doing all these things. I'm working these weird jobs that aren't really connecting with me. And then an apprenticeship kind of fell into my lap, and I, stuck it out.
You did all 5 years?
No. An apprenticeship, I only did about a year and a half, 2 years roughly.
Okay.
And then just moved on and just kind of like focused on more along the lines like my identity in that realm. Whereas in like hip hop in Buffalo and in painting and skating, I like already like made my mark.
Yeah.
So this was like a new, a brand new terrain to check out and stuff like that. And I wanted to really hone in on it. So like I stopped making music for a little bit. I was kind of at ends with like the direction of like the scene. I had played a lot of places. I had met a lot of people. I was out a lot, and just not seeing any sort of like reason to the chaos I was putting myself through. I wasn't finding my way as easy as it was before. And tattooing came in right at that moment. And I just basically kind of stepped aside from everything and focused like everything I could on this art path. And it trained me in such a way as far as like discipline goes, showing up for people, how like when you just speaking to people, it trains you like, doing a show. It's bizarre because you're on stage, you're talking to all these people, but it's just such a fever dream of like handshakes and daps and hellos and how are yous and you're not like, you're yourself, but you're not real. Like you're such a small version of yourself. Whereas one-on-one with somebody for 2-3 hours while you're tattooing them, like I get to do that every day. And I hope it's as therapeutic as it is for them as it is for me. Word. But I can't really speak on that. I think that's why people do book with me. Like the artwork is cool, and like we can have like intimate chats about like what's going on. And a lot of the time tattoos bring
everything comes with a story.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes they really need something because of something bad that's happened with them and stuff like that. So yeah, tattooing came in, and I just I doubled down on that. I kept the music going a little bit with some projects called God Save the Queen with my friend Mario B. He lives out in Queens, but he was a part of a crew called Totes Ridge. And we would do like 3 songs every couple months and just drop them. At the time, there was a newspaper called The Public, and they would always put it in there. I believe it was called. I think it was a spinoff of like Art Voice back in the day. These are all things like it goes Art Voice, Velociraptors, you know what I mean? All that stuff. It's all the same time period. But yeah, then I just started, got a tattooing thing going, got a rhythm going, and then the pandemic hit, and then I was like, oh shit, we gotta like hit the road and figure out a way to make money and like, start expanding as fast as we can and see what other people are doing. And that's when the music started coming in, because I was going to meet people, and a lot of people in different cities are like me. They're like, they do a lot of things to do it. So, I'll link with somebody on some tattoo stuff, and I'll like look over at their record collection, and then I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, what else do you do? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you find yourself meeting people like Landon, who, booked that J show, and my other friends that I've toured with and stuff like that. It's just all like, I just feel so, looking back on everything now that I'm like a little bit older, just like the spectrum of events that have been leading to further like successful events that I was completely unaware of that were happening while it's happening is like one of the reasons that bring me like great joy in my life, that it never felt like it was all for nothing. And every day that I realized like the work I did put in is still showing up for me like today, you know what I mean? Which is like the best part of.
What do you, out of all of your crafts, what do you personally think you're the best at?
What do I think I'm the best at? Probably comedy. No, I'm just kidding. I would say that tattooing has put me in the headspace to pursue things in a strategic way. And that is like what I've gotten out of tattooing, I haven't gotten out of anything else. So I would say that is the thing I'm most focused at, but it's hard to say because of like things, that I know I'm capable of. Like I can rhyme, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't think by me saying I'm a better tattooer than I am a rhymer makes me shitty.
That doesn't take away from
I was going to say, cause you could put me in with them and you could find out for real, but tattooing to me is the most important. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without it. Like tattooing funds my dreams, my delusions. It keeps food in my stomach, my dog fed, you know what I mean? It's just something I always have to treat with like the utmost respect. And I feel like the more I do that, the more it gives back to me. And then, I just funnel it through to the music and spend my money making records and writing thoughts down in my notes or whatever I can find to maybe do something monumental with music. But for me, the music is just a live journal. It's a diary of everything that I've ever gone through. It's been coming out steadily for 7-8 years. And it's not about making music that a bunch of people are going to love forever and stuff like that. It's just basically, as selfish as it sounds, for me and, anybody who truly loves me can look back on and look at it and see it. And that's the only reason why I'm doing it. It's just so, it's just there. It's the internet. It's forever. If I see a Grammy, cool. If I don't, also cool. I just want to be good. I just want to keep going.
And that's kind of like how I looked at the podcast. Is like your why, and it's kind of like I want to. When I have kids and stuff, they can look back and be like, oh, what was he doing when he was 20, 27? What was he doing what was he thinking about when he was 32?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Evidence that you existed.
Gotta leave your stamp.
You gotta some way. Some way. I don't think they're gonna be making a Mike Excel statue or something. So I got to do something. You
never know.
Yeah, you might get a mural.
I think they should make a Mike Excel statue or something. Is what I'm saying.
You'll get a mural.
A mural. Yeah, I'm doing ones now like all over. I'm getting all these like cutty ones, and I'm not getting like that giant like 50-footer where I can kind of like, you know what I mean?
Spread your wings.
Spread my wings. Yeah, well said. I haven't gotten that yet. I've been approached with a few things that are like a little bit smaller and very long, but I want that tall guy, like that 5 stories big. You know what I mean? I don't know what I would paint, but
I was just about to ask you guys.
It would be sick. I don't know. Probably a Grim Reaper if I could. If they
That'd
let
be crazy.
me. A giant Grim Reaper? I don't know.
So when you mentioned you were on some tours earlier in your career, what cities and who are you with?
My very first ever tour was with a pop singer named Karina. She did like R&B and stuff, and we did a lot of cities. I couldn't even name them. And then through her, I met my buddy David, who is part of a collective called Lyrics and Libations, which is there's one. I do one here. He does one in Indianapolis, and our buddy Blaze does one in Chicago. So it's just like a monthly. Ours here was bi-monthly for a few years. And I toured with them where we would do like 2 weeks here and there. We played New York. We played, Erie, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, the Carolinas. Played out west a few times, but not on tour. It was just more of like a destination show. I was thrown on the bill, and then countless open mics. Throughout time, it's just unbelievable the amount.
Traveling to those other cities, did you leave your tag?
What do you mean?
Like spray paint?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
No, because you also have like the spray paint company.
Yeah. I mean, I do what I can to maintain the skill set. I sharpen the knives, make sure they could still cut, and just, I do what I can when I can. And on the road, it just happens to be a lot easier than it would be out here, So you just kind of...
I was say, if I knew how to go, man, I'd be...
Yeah.
I'd be having too much fun.
It's a serious separate pipeline, honestly. It's completely, you'd be surprised as to how many different types of people are just involved in it. And It's one of my favorite things I've ever discovered in my life, hands down, is spray painting.
Yeah.
I can't even like explain to you how it's almost like playing like a real avatar game in real time. You know, it's very interesting and addictive. But sometimes when I'm out and about, you know, I'll leave a mark here and there.
You ever heard of stereograms? So it's like, I guess it was real popular in like, I want to say early 2000s, late 90s, but it was like a book, and you kind of stare at it. It looks like trippy, psychedelic 3D.
Oh yeah, and then it pops out at you.
Yeah, and then you got to kind of like look into it.
Yeah. It's like that Mallrats scene where the guy looks. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought one of those books recently, and it's like it reminded me of like when you look at graffiti and it's like you're trying to see what it says.
Yeah, your brain's like catching up with your eyeballs almost.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is it? I don't know. And then once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nah, that's the beautiful thing about perception and art, man. It's just like everybody comes from a different angle, and it's like you can find something new. You can find the layers, and it's like even through your music, through your art, through whatever medium.
It really is.
That's
I
what
know.
love.
And it's like some days you're just like, is it because like I just can't afford therapy? I'm just going at it, ripping my. You know what I mean? I'm just spending my time this way to exert something or alleviate something. Is there like, what is the driving force? Like, right? What is the driving force behind it all? Why are you doing the podcast? Why are you waking up and leaving your bed? Why? Like, well, like it's bizarre doing art for all these years and still trying to find new meaning and deeper depths of what I, chose as a career.
Now, are you still trying to find that meaning like throughout this duration of time, or do you feel like you found it and then each time you kind of like keep pushing and you're trying to like look for something new?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a fine line between like a weird greed to look for something new, right? Like, is it like shitty of me to always just be like, okay, on to the next thing, and not really fully appreciate, certain things that I make or do or moments that I'm living in at that moment, especially, is something I'm bad at. But like, yeah, it's just hard to like grasp what like as an artist, like the meaning behind anything, right? Because it almost doesn't mean a thing, but it is potentially.
But it can mean so many things.
Yeah. Yeah, the most meaningful of things, Because in all honesty, you could put everything I've ever created in a house and burn it down, and then it's like, what did that? You know what I mean? So it's very weird how.
But it's also how the impression it left on other people that actually got to see it, though.
Right.
So it's not. I don't think it's really just the physical aspect of the art living on, but more so the legacy of the energy or frequency it created for somebody who saw it or experienced it.
And is it something you're willing to accept? Because like it's like it's such a commitment when you say, I am an artist. Because because I've never met someone to be like, no, I'm not an artist anymore. It's like unlearning how to ride a bike. It doesn't happen. You know what I mean? You get rusty or whatever, but it's just like, it's just so strange dedicating your life to something like this, and still like I still do find new things about myself and like how I perceive things, and what people like is ultra also very revealing too.
But you said something interesting. It's like you said you could put all your things in the house and burn it down, and like, what does it mean?
Right.
I thought about it because like my pops, when I was living over here, I had all my trophies from my kid, pictures, photo albums, and all that stuff, and it got all thrown away. And I'm just like, damn, like some of the places I got to trophy, like Gus Macker is almost a faint memory these days. And it's like, damn, I don't have any of those things. Did it happen? Because I don't have the physical thing. And it's
surreal to think about like that. That similar experience happened to me growing up, which is another probably thing we're gonna have to unpack in the therapy I can't afford. But like why I make music, like because it happened to me when my house growing up got like repossessed by the bank, and you know they basically were like, you have to get out of here, and everything that I had known was, you know, like I have like probably a handful of photos of me as like a kid growing up, because everything was in that house. You know, all my toys, all my goddamn Goosebump books were in that house, dude. The set, dude. R.L. Stein, dude, still kicking it. But yeah, it's just it's so weird how things are so fragile.
Yeah.
And just making art is so meaningless, but like we were saying, it could mean the most to somebody.
Yeah, but what makes me with the thought it brings me down is like I love going to new cities. I love going to new cities. Nobody knows me, and it's just like I get to be my fullest self.
Right.
Because
you get to be your fullest self because they don't know you?
They don't know me from a can of paint. And I have to as I'm talking to them and just being authentic, being myself. But it's like, it almost reminds me of, oh, yeah, you're not thinking of Nelson from, grade school, or Nelson who used to hoop, or who does this. It's like, no, I'm just...
Right, you're getting the fresh canvas right here.
Word.
Yeah.
And it's just
you prefer that feeling over going to spots that a lot of people do know you?
I can't say that, but it's a good reminder of...
It's an excitement of like where...
Yeah, because like I'm growing. I'm growing. I may not be that same person.
Right.
So it's like I get to get the reflection of, oh yeah, this is how they know me. This is who I am now.
You get a little insight from their perception of you almost.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why people are so comfortable talking with therapists. And it's like, you don't want to talk to your family members because they have all these memories and thoughts of you.
You'll always be little whoever, you know what I mean? You'll always be...
I talk to this stranger, they don't know anything. They only know what I'm me right now.
Right.
So it allows them to like reflect and show you where you're at.
Right. It is refreshing. And it is kind of, I don't know why, but it's like, it's bizarre and kind of backwards that like when you are performing and touring, you get shown so much love just for stepping outside of your city. And it's just like a strange... It just seems like a little bit backwards to me, where everyone should be like, yeah, you're here. You give us this, like, you know, all the time. We have you on tap and we're grateful. And everywhere else is just like, oh my God, like, I can't wait to see you. And they've never seen you before. They didn't look you up, and they're showing you more love than you do at like a local show with everybody that you've seen so many times. Mm-hmm. It's just strange balancing the level of like, you know, being in with the times, or being I'm trying to think of the word just being relevant. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Maintaining relevance and becoming annoyingly relevant is seconds away. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very hard to be pursuing something in artwork because it is always like pulling back and pushing and being like very mindful of how you're perceived.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to like figure out that balance.
Yeah, I think one of the, like, Kendrick is one of my favorite artists. I've been listening to him since I was in high school. So it's like I think he mastered that, being able to be very relevant without being like and pull back.
Right, without like diluting himself in a way for public appeal or anything. Mm-hmm. He's like, this is it, me, 100% right here.
Yep, and this is
you could tell.
As soon as you get too comfortable with me, I'm going back in my cave.
Yeah,
it's like, nope, I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna overstay my welcome. I'm not gonna like thank you for this moment.
Yeah,
now I'm gonna go back and bring something new.
Yeah, he's like what it should be, right? I feel like every person should be known for those exact reasons and not for like somebody marrying somebody. There's like this weird song. Like, I feel there's a lot of artists that make very mid music, but just run with like certain circles, and they get like a certain like level of notoriety, but like at the skill set base level, you're kind of like, I don't get it. Like, it's like a contact high, I guess. Like, you know, is contact fame, contact clout.
That's a good point about Kendrick. I never really thought about that. He never, because I like just growing up, I was taught don't overstay your welcome, and that goes in many aspects and in many things.
He's got taste of when to poke his.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He never overstays his welcome within the news cycle, on the timeline, within the algorithm. It's like for a long time we wanted more from them.
Yeah,
But you would rather have it that way when people was like, all right, enough, I'm tired of you.
yeah, like nobody's like telling him to stay home or nothing. They're always like waiting almost, and that's a hard thing to achieve, especially with extreme authenticity. You know what I mean? To just be 100% yourself. He don't need therapy.
Mr. Mural, the big stepper.
He's good. He's healthy.
You I know we were talking a little bit earlier, and you talked about how tattooing and just your the arts have brought you to different cities and being able to travel, doing different like spot dates at different tattoo shops. What cities have you like gotten the most love from, you'd say, or you enjoyed the most?
Every time I've gone out west to Los Angeles, I've felt like all the people I've met out there that pursue anything are like at the top of their game, you know, and they're really like enthusiastic, and there's like an electricity to them about being there and like having such a small window of time to like work whatever job they have to do to push them through to their dreams. They have to like, you know, you're jumping out of your work clothes, and then, you know, you're going to have to figure out a way to perform and record and get a video out. Like that kind of mentality of hustle is like, it just matches me, and I feel it out there 100-fold. So I like LA. I like we were tattooing in Culver City, and I like just being out there and just checking out local spots, and just seeing what the people that live out there are doing. That way you can kind of like gauge, because, you know, I'm sure like, you know, there's certain pockets of hip hop. You know what I mean? We're not going to like Wisconsin and going to the best hip hop show we've ever seen. You know what I mean? There's certain cities that bring the heat with certain things, and yeah, LA is just top tier. Like, you know, you never know who you're gonna run into, who you're gonna see, and everybody else there is sacrificing every day just to be in that environment. So that whole thing it just makes you appreciative of where you're at, and I feel like that city always I get the most out of it, and you always meet so many like people connected to so many famous like a fifth degree of something, and you just hear a new story or a new insight, and you're just like, holy shit, it was that easy for you. And you know, you have production rights on a Juice WRLD record because it was your studio at the time that you happened to own for 6 months while you were holding it for your boy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
It's just like the weird connections out there. I like Ohio a lot. I've always toured in Cleveland. I love the Grog Shop. It's a venue in Cleveland.
Shout out to Cleveland.
Yeah, the Grog Shop. Great venue, great sound. It's comparable to like Mohawk, like divey kind of red light, dark, dingy kind of bar, but a great sound system guy out there. When I was touring with Landon the very first time, we played like this show in Cincinnati where they brought like a generator and they built a bar the night of the show, and they put it in this like abandoned train tunnel, and they just threw a show in it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they just lit the ceiling with like construction hang lights, and they just threw like this pop-up thing, and it was like one of the craziest parties like I'd ever.
That sounds dope as fuck.
Yeah, and I fucking tried to like cut my own fucking hair, like, and I ended up having to just shave my head because of it, because I fucked it up so bad. You know how you like be trimming your beard, and then, but I had a shaved head for like that whole tour, and it was so weird because I never shaved my head. And everyone who saw me, they were like,
let me see all your tattoos.
they're like, how long you got, bro? I'm like, to live, bro? What do you mean? It's like, I still got hair. I'm not sick, bro. Like, I just fucking gave myself bangs the wrong way, you know?
From traveling, like, how would what's something you noticed that's special about Buffalo in your travels to all these other cities? And we can say we could focus more so on art, and
everyone is very I feel like Buffalo has a hometown thing where the locals are very particular about their locals, which I don't know.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
if
a fact.
that I wouldn't even be able to know if it was like that in other towns. But I feel like because of the population being vastly different in other cities, because we're not like, I mean, like just Brooklyn is bigger than Buffalo. You know what I mean? There's 5 boroughs out there, so it's just crazy to see how people move here, and it just seems like everyone else has this leisurely way about it, and it's not so like focused on who's doing what with what. Everyone is so hyper aware of people here, and I feel like in other cities they're not as aware, and they're still all gaining the amount of success that they want to. Here you can kind of see like who's doing what, how people are climbing this way, who's going this way. It's all like right there. It's very easy to notice if you have Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do people be asking me what's up on Instagram and then like all my photos, see all my stories, and I'm like, you know what's up? You know what I mean? I almost have nothing to say to you because it's just strange. It's like I wish less people had the internet. You know what I mean? You were like, follow me in the beginning. You're like, follow me, tap in, untap from me. Stop knowing everything about me, because when you ask me what's going on, I don't know what to say to you.
That's real.
You got that off your chest.
Sorry.
That's real as fuck.
Yeah, I feel bad because it is just artwork. Like there's more to me, but not much more. You know, I just put out
Turn the other way. Yeah.
I just put out the artwork and that's it. Everything else is good. You know, I'm trying not to implode or, you know,
So
got to keep it together.
I want to dive in a little bit deeper on pause. You said the locals are particular about their locals.
Yeah.
So are you viewing that as like a gatekeeping thing?
No, I just feel like everyone's kind of like, this is that crew. They do this type of show. They bring this type of audience. This is this guy. This is what he does. And we don't see like an interweaving of it in a monumental way of like, maybe I'm just not invited on them, but like a giant like hip hop festival or something, or just like a thing to bring all of these smaller pockets together to gain larger momentum, which is what needs to happen in order for people to gain the recognition that someone else would just naturally gain on their own in a more populated city.
Yeah, so I think that's gatekeeping to a degree.
You think it's gatekeeping?
Yeah, to if you're describing it in that way, because you're saying like a clicky thing, right?
Yeah.
When it's clicky and then everybody can't mesh for a bigger cause, there's people within those cliques that can connect that, but they're choosing not to.
Yeah, I mean,
So to me, I view that as gatekeeping to a degree. Because if you have the ability and you have the access,
I think you got to
make this
protect
easier.
yourself in a way too. You can't just say yes to every show. Like if someone came up to you and was like, "I got this podcast. Ditch your podcast right now. Come with us. You know, we'll call it something different." Like you wouldn't just do that. You would have to like, you know, consider and think about like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
in a way, you would be gatekeeping your podcast though. Then.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it's like gatekeeping is just another way. Like it's just a word that just means like, yeah.
But is it gatekeeping our podcast though? If it's something that like it's our shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like I have the right to say no, you can't be on here.
Right, which is the same thing that you're describing though, is that they choose to say no to instead of connecting all the dots. You know what I mean?
But my problem with that is, and why I view it as gatekeeping is, somebody had to connect you to these resources in order for you to have them.
Right.
Nobody had to connect me and Nelson for us to start this podcast. Nobody had to teach us how to do this. We went and learned it on our own.
Killing it.
So my thing is, appreciate that. So my thing is, if you were given these resources or somebody allowed you the opportunities to gain these resources or gain these accolades, whatever it is, to where you can help others, you then choosing not to do that, even though somebody helped you.
It's a reflection
that's
of character, absolutely. If you're
For
doing
sure.
something to like make it seem like you're dragging your feet just so other people can't move as quickly, or it's controlling. But like that's just I mean that's just like the music business in general, right? Like you just literally like people get booked because of numbers they get on a platform or whatever, and that's what gets them the right to pick and choose who opens for them and who's going to do the next thing. So yeah, it is kind of like gatekeeping in a sense, but there is just like a small like segregation between generations of hip hop in Buffalo and like people who've always been doing it, and then even like styles within styles of certain things that aren't just widely accepted to you know, other people that have been doing it for forever. You know, there are people that are stuck in what should and should not sound like decent hip hop and what should sound like, the direction the music should go in general, and it just sucks making decisions that could potentially hurt anyone.
Yeah, I think it comes with a responsibility, like, cause, like, yeah, like, I guess we gatekeep as a podcast, but I take pride in what I do.
Yeah,
and I think part of it is I feel like I'm doing it for the right reasons.
Right.
We're not over here dancing in the camera. We're not over here trying to do clickbaity shit, trying to get people caught up. We had plenty of conversations where we could have done that, but it's like I'm gatekeeping.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever like had the talk before? We interviewed someone, and then you're like, "Are you gonna say it? You're gonna say what? Say what? What are you gonna say? Are you gonna bring it? Are you gonna bring it up?"
Nah, we
have a photo of you from the.
I always we typically ask, like, "Hey, is there anything you don't want us to talk about?"
Oh, you do? Oh, you didn't ask me that. Typically.
Typically.
Oh.
Typically. So and then when it's like, and then they some say no, and like, well, I heard this, and this.
Like we're aware
then
of
it's
some
like
controversy or something that we could bring up. So it's like, do you want to talk about this? Do you want to stay away?
That's
from
polite of you guys.
Yeah.
It's just always interesting because as I've never like really interviewed somebody, and it's so like intriguing to me to like just the direction you guys could pull me in is just such a vulnerable thing. It's just fun to do it.
You gotta respect the craft, man, and respect
it,
and respect the people you're in front of.
Right, you can't just go off on somebody and make them feel uncomfortable either.
Yeah, man, it's like we want them to be able to come back.
Yeah.
And the second time, I mean, we could crank it a little bit. We get a little bit more controversial. That's my take. But shout out to us. Come on.
All right, so we got a top 5 segment. So what would you say are, because we didn't actually ask this question in the beginning. You touched on it a little bit.
What?
Who are your 5 musical inspirations growing up? You mentioned Jay-Z and the Black Album was out around the time you started rapping, but I don't know if, top 5 musical inspirations.
Top 5? Man, I mean, I feel like you can't not mention Hove. Just is so much done in such little time, and such like how I was talking about how my life was changed by the things that I was doing earlier on and how it later affects me. Like his whole story is like, with who, like, it's just so interesting that Biggie, then Pac, and then you get this crazy wave of Jay-Z right after. Like what could have happened had they stuck around and stuff like that. So I have to name him because he just moved in a timely fashion while everything, like the synchronicity of all these moments happening was just so like, just came together perfectly. Mm-hmm. So I would have to say him, but I don't know if he's number 1. Definitely Talib Kweli. That was like my first tap into like quicker, like bouncier, like type of flow where like this is a beat, but it's like, yeah, but I'm rhyming on this beat. I make this beat work for me kind of thing, where it's like, I'll take it any which way I want, and I won't just follow like the metronome. I'll do it how I see fit, and then the beat will follow suit somehow, some way. I liked the Below the Heavens, Blue in Exile, that whole record. He's a West Coast guy, Blue. That kind of like changed my whole, it refilled the tank of hip hop when I heard it. Earl Sweatshirt, 110% is that guy.
Shit, I don't go outside.
Yeah. I listened to Live, Love, Laugh. I have it on the record player over there. And just like how like carefree he can be about everything, and how like still like a message is kind of like perceived in it. And
that's his boy.
That's your boy?
I already know that.
That's like one of my, that's like, I've never seen him. Have you seen him perform or anything?
I haven't.
Yeah,
but
man.
When I lived in Cleveland for a year and a half. There was a spot called Mr. Peabody's. Odd Future used to come to Mr. This before I didn't even like Odd Future when it first came out. But they used to be at Mr. Peabody's like at least once to twice a month, lying around the corner every single time. And I'm talking about 6-7 months straight of them like coming to Cleveland, selling out this small venue, maybe like a couple hundred, but they sold it out lying around the corner.
Do you remember the venue in Cleveland?
Mr. Peabody's.
That's what it's called?
It's no longer there. They knocked it down.
Huh. Yeah, I used to play out there a lot, and I used to play this bowling alley out there every once in a while. Mayhalls. Have you ever heard of it?
I was living over like on Euclid.
Yeah.
Is it towards like Corner Alley?
Oh, I don't know. It was I think
Like by the House of Blues and all that? Or?
no. I think it was in the Heights.
Okay.
Maybe
Shaker
over there.
Heights?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It all kind of blends when you're going from city to city and stuff like that. And remember, and it's such a like, I do such a disservice to all the people that like book and like do the shows and stuff like that. I just can kind of remember the venues and putting out the records, and it's bizarre touring like in the underground circuit when you don't have like a hit record. It's a very interesting thing to like go from city to city and like really show people your music like for the very first time, and it's like every single time it's like, and you're saying like the Odd Future thing with the line around the block. It's just like, I wonder what that would like. Would I buckle under the anxiety? Would I get anxiety? Would I somehow power up and embrace the power that I'm given through this?
Oh yeah.
It's just such an interesting thing to see. Well, because like a line around the door, I think I've like opened for somebody who had the line around the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just. Well, you've had big names on here too, though, that feel like that. Like I bet you people lined up for skis and stuff like that for sure.
Well, probably other cities for sure.
For sure. That's my fifth rapper is Jay Skis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. He did my very first record when I was like 19 at a place called Sound Lab in 2010.
Shout out to Sound Lab.
And it was me, him, and this DJ Mike Miosi, and it was my first record. And I had seen him prior at Broadway Joe's, and I was like, "Oh, this dude's fire! We got to get him in lock." And I've just been locked in with him ever since. And like, yeah, he's a super talented MC. So yeah, that would be my top 5. That would be my Rushmore +1 or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Skis, you the man.
Yeah, absolutely. We also have a Third Eye segment.
Third Eye?
Yeah, Third Eye segment where we talk about unconventional truths, unpopular opinions, conspiracy theories.
Brian Wilcox killed himself, right?
Allegedly.
No? Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Right after he told
tweet?
about how appreciative he was of his life and every day he gets to live, he went and killed himself?
Yeah, the next day.
That sounds...
The following day. Didn't he tweet though?
Sounds
just so
like
you know,
a pretty...
I love my life. I'll never end my own life. Just for the record,
it's a pretty open and shut case for me. That boy killed himself, and I don't want you to come to my house either because I'm fine, and I don't even believe in any of that stuff.
Shout out
so
to
what do you
Earl
mean by
Sweatshirt.
Yeah,
but
shout out to Earl.
What did he say? I think it's like a long list of scientists who've been dying.
Man, you want to talk about this on your podcast?
Hell yeah!
Who just you're like these guys were on podcasts and then got killed for talking about something, and now we're on a podcast talking about them. This is a trickle effect.
Can I be 100%
This is the
honest?
bad contact clout.
Let me paint the picture.
All right, don't get me killed.
Boom. So, 2011, senior year, listening. I get introduced to Kendrick Lamar. First song, High Power.
Okay.
And what is the regular? Basically, if the government in the song saying if the government kills me, fuck it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this is the kind of artist I like.
Yeah.
And I heard Ab Soul.
Oh.
I got introduced from Section 80. I've heard of Ab Soul.
Okay.
Had the song called Pineal Gland, which is also known as the Third Eye.
Yes.
And they're talking. I'm like, wait. I feel like they used to kill artists for speaking on things like this. I've seen it just throughout time.
I mean, they kill people for less than speaking about. Yeah.
For less. And I'm just saying, I'm like, oh, wait, the times have shifted.
The times have shifted. Exposure is so vast, and like you kind of have it working with you and against you because you could be like, oh, they were talking the truth, but who cares? How many people are also saying lies that it doesn't matter? Like you're a drop in the ocean about this.
They're too busy.
Yeah.
I feel like there's wars everywhere. People are trying to.
They're like, they'll never gain the momentum and the truth. They'll never, you know.
We'll just flood the market and have them.
Exactly. 2 truths and a lie or whatever. Two lies and a truth.
Come on. And so that's why I feel.
So what other you brought it up, the Third Eye. What are you thinking about lately as far as that stuff goes?
In terms of those scientists dying,
yeah.
Honestly, I think it could be 2 things. I think one is either they're killing them because of a new discovery. I think I seen the one girl, she was discovering anti-gravity technologies, scalar energy and stuff like that, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
But there's also, my other theory is they're not killing them. They're kind of like saying they died to the public and kidnapping them. Like, hey, we need the best scientists to work on this secret project because
I think you might be right about that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But like, then we gotta like, what's that project then? If that's like even deeper,
You familiar with Project Bluebeam?
Yeah, Project Blue Book,
Blue Beam. So basically, it's like a CIA project. They say they're gonna
do a fake alien invasion.
The fake alien invasion.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So I think you're pulling in scientists so you can have technology that matches this production that you plan on doing.
And you think Brian? Is his name Brian Wilcox? Is that his name?
Graham? No.
The guy who killed himself.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, his last name's Wilcox. Yeah.
I know Wilcox.
And you think he might have known of this project, and that ultimately got him killed in the end?
I think
and
that
you think we're not supposed to know about this anti-gravity stuff because
it contradicts too much physics.
And if it contradicts too much physics, what happens to society? We collapse and we start floating in space?
I think we stop relying on certain fuels in the old guard. I heard it's a battle between the old guard and the new guard in terms of technology, AI, and oil money.
Yeah.
We have technology that...
So you're saying there's like an old, rich way that is going to die as soon as this
I think
shift?
The new guys and the old guys are fighting. That's what we see overseas.
I feel like they're both old, though. You know what I mean?
I mean, Elon and Jeff Bezos aren't old compared to Warren Buffett and George Soros.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it's old guard, new guard. But I think... You ever seen The Man Who Fell to Earth? It's a Showtime series?
Mm-mm.
Guy, alien comes to Earth, black guy, creates a new energy device that's cold fusion technology so advanced that it's going to fuck up the oil industry. If you fuck up the oil industry, there goes the Middle East is no longer important. There goes Venezuela. There goes the economies crash in a day. You know what I'm saying? And it resets the entire planet. If you have technology that can be introduced like that, that's terrifying to the old guy who's been running the world for the past 150 years.
Is it so terrifying? Because I feel like the people you're describing are so well off regardless of that shift change to happen that you're talking about old guard, first thing, meaning they've been doing it a long time, meaning like they don't need to keep doing it forever, but they choose to probably.
They can't.
They can. But it's just like when do you walk away from that battle? Like you're in the way of actual progression on a species level.
If you think Earth and the physicality is the only thing you have, you're going to.
Do you think any of that ties into like demonic things or anything religious or black magic or anything?
I think it all plays. I think it's all science, black magic, and all that's just science that we don't know yet.
It's semantics, one word, same meaning.
Yeah. Because I think when you look into
science is magic. Aw,
magic
that's
is
a
science
t-shirt.
undiscovered.
We need a Bill Nye Science is Magic t-shirt.
No, for sure. Nah, I'm with all that shit. Like, and just like to wrap up, like
So you think that there's technology or a new physics discovered that's being muzzled so that the richest people in the world can stay rich? And they're going to kill, I think it's 12 people at this point. That we know of. Well, I mean, there's a guy named Tom Ogle who invented a car that only ran on water that said that he was murdered. Or
Stanley Meyer had a car that ran on water.
Yeah. Who?
Stanley Meyer?
Yeah, who's that?
He was a guy, this was like in the 50s, 60s.
Okay.
I don't even know if it was that old, but he had a car that ran on water, drove to New York to LA.
Was he the one who got poisoned?
Yeah, ran out the restaurant.
And he said
they poisoned me and he fell on the ground and died.
Yeah, that is another one.
The guy who got killed in the May massacre.
Yeah, I saw that too.
He had a car that ran on
There
water.
was 1 second that I was like, no, there's no way that would be.
I'm a full.
You're a full believer of that? Was an intentional execution of him specifically?
Yes. I make it look like a mass shooting. The media doesn't cover it. There's a school shooting the next day. Mass media covers that instead. Kind of sweep this under the rug. We don't get support from anywhere nationally that some random white drives 100 miles to come and shoot up the only black grocery store where the guy who invented the car that runs on water
happened to be, and he was close to revealing, right? Wasn't he putting it out there like as?
I heard rumors has he took a meeting with Elon Musk or something like that, and it was supposed to be coming in. I'm a fool. Like it does, to me, nothing else lines up.
How did we get to a place where they're willing to just end these lives to slow down, where we should be headed? It's just so
old hat, man.
It's just
can't teach an old dog new tricks.
But you're also like evil, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're just a straight up like you believe in the worst and try to take, and it just seems like those people, like you never see those people acting that way, like in the flesh. Their like actions and their movements are always so cryptic and hidden, but they're really out there. It's just bizarre. Like have you ever met somebody where you were like, oh, you are the worst evil person I've ever met, and you will make decisions that harm.
Yes.
You've met people like that?
Yes, and they were some of the sweetest people at the time when I was interacting with them. Absolutely. That's why I go so hard about what I do. I'm
way too optimistic. I think bad guys are only on TV.
I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna close it with
I'm
this.
just kidding.
I'm gonna close it with this just so I'm gonna go. When you see, like when I see the people with you ever seen those coexist stickers and they got all the spiritual symbols and iconography?
I know exactly what you mean, yes.
I don't trust anybody with them.
You don't trust anybody with them?
Not a soul.
They keep a lot of those options open. Yeah, that's a lot.
But you got some religious systems that agree with the Epstein type things.
Agree with it.
You have some that agree with it, and then
with what part? The cannibalism and stuff.
The child.
The trafficking,
the sacrifices, all of that stuff. Some of those systems believe in that thing. Doing those things are okay.
Yeah.
And then there's other systems that don't. Those two things cannot coexist. Therefore, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
At all. And those people that I met that were super nice, they had a big flag in their house. What was that flag? Coexist. No thanks. No thanks. You can't coexist with my kid, family, all of that. No, I won't allow it.
Right.
Therefore,
there's too many variables in that sign there. What do you really stand for?
Stand for something or fall for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be observant. You got to connect those dots for sure, I guess. That's
I have a deeper story behind that, but I don't know if I'll ever get that on camera.
Oh, man.
Why are you looking at me? We can talk about it off cam if you really want to get into it.
Yeah.
But
but for your third eye thing, you're saying that.
Did you ever actually get to your third eye?
We were just. He brought up that. I'm with it. I do this shit. I can do this shit all day.
Because there's one thing that's been circling my mind, and like they always are bringing up the fake alien invasion, the physics, the new technology, and then there's always that hint of black magic, evil stuff inside of it. I just don't understand how, because you're saying that's a religion. How does the religion, the science, and like flying saucers, what is the end goal of it all? Like, what is that machine?
To me,
that machine is creating something before our eyes.
It's control,
and it's just control. But to ultimately what? To just keep us. What would we do if we didn't have like?
What can we achieve if we didn't have these wicked?
How would we ever know? I guess. Yeah. Right.
I have an interesting theory about Buffalo in itself.
What?
In terms of like, you ever heard of like loosh?
Loosh?
Like energy, like things give off energy, like our auras and stuff like that.
Yeah, like an electromagnetic field or whatever. Like that.
So it's like energy vampires, they eat loosh, or these evil entities, they eat loosh. They suck that energy of negative emotions. They feed off of it. You've met people who feed up, like who have to just argue with somebody. They have to be
Debbie Downers.
You know what I'm saying? They got to pull somebody with them. I think Buffalo is one of those places, a location where something feeds off of the negative energy.
You think that's where it's like a space that Buffalo chooses to live in that aura, sentiment?
I think it became a pattern, and they said, "Oh, this is
Buffalo's some hating
profitable.
ass.
This is a crabs in a barrel where the city of losers. Oh, yeah, let's hype them up. Let's get them there and pull the energy out. Let me suck on your disappointment."
I know.
That's my.
They do
kid.
be saying some shit. They were like, yeah, it was dope, but like, you see his shoes though. You know what I mean? Like, and you're just like the one thing. Like, keep your mouth shut maybe about the one thing you had a problem with, and just seeing what it's like existing without saying. You know what I mean?
The one negative thing you saw.
Could you just be nice? Be nice.
Come on.
That's the point of it all, right? Be nice. Be
Treat
nice
others-
on the mic. Be nice to people.
Treat others how you would want to be treated.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just wish there was some answers to all these things. You want to? I'll show you after. You want to get into some crazy shit? I'll show you after the video. I got this video on my phone that'll blow your mind.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to. Can you just give us just a short backstory or a rundown of the tattoo shop, because we didn't get to talk much about that.
Okay, it's Golden Hearts. It's 1362 Hertel Avenue. Me and Nadine Tattoos are the owners. We've been here going on 3 years. Been tattooing a long time. We love what we do, and we love meeting new people. And we hope to see you again or meet you. And come check out our artwork. Come check out, how we've chosen to spend our lives. And if you relate or this resonates with you in some way, hang out as long as you want. And yeah, Golden Hearts, Hertel Ave, North Buffalo. Mike Excel. I'm just a guy.
Just a guy named Mick.
I'm just a guy named Mick. That should be the one thing, that's like my rider. It's like, make sure there's pizza and don't call him Mick. You know what I mean? If you call him Mick, he'll fucking lose his mind. I'm gonna start losing my mind. That way there's like that one rumor about him. They're like, yeah, the one time, dude, he just started breaking plates. They're like, what? They're like, he brought a box of plates. I don't know. And, just some weird story about being called.
That just travels with you everywhere.
That's my new marketing scheme, is just starting rumors about myself to people just going in places. Like, you heard about that dude, Mick?
That's the Joe Budden formula.
Right?
The Joe. Oh, yeah.
Just start narratives and shit.
Dude, clickbait.
Nah, but we definitely appreciate you, bro. We appreciate your hospitality, allowing us to record in this dope tattoo shop. So
yeah, I was super excited to get the DM. I've been watching you guys from afar for a little bit, and you guys are good at what you do. You deserve everything that's coming your way as far as the growth and everything like that.
Nah, we've been hearing your name for a while, and then seeing you perform at Revolver at the JLX show. I was like, nah, we like this guy, and then we check out more of your stuff, seeing everything that you do, because I knew you as just more of like a mural artist.
Yeah.
And then found out about the music and then the shop, and then it's like, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah, certain things resonate with like certain people. Certain people pick up, it's weird being stopped sometimes and what somebody brings me up for. They'll be like, hey, I fucking saw that one video. And I'm like, damn, that video's mad old. And that's the only thing you recognize me from. That's crazy to me. Yeah, one time I was with my girl, someone stopped me at We Never Close, and she called me Mick Axel.
Nice.
It was like It was like I fucking made it, dude. You know what I mean? Where Nadine just looked at me like, oh shit, she knows you and doesn't at the same time. So,
but yeah, where can everybody follow you at? Where can everybody get in touch with you, book?
You can follow me at mike.excel_the.artist on Instagram. That's primarily where I dwell, is just on there, doom scrolling and posting my my songs, my art, my paintings, my tattoos. That's pretty much where I kind of base it all out of. And then Facebook, Mike Excel, MICEXCEL. But yeah, just a guy, art nerd, lyricist, enthusiast.
We need more people like you in the world, man.
Yeah. Unless the government sees otherwise, because then they just come for you and they just boop, and then yeah. By the way, I'm complete sound in mind. If anything happens to me,
I too.
rest in peace to Mr. Wilcox. You will always be remembered. Yeah.
Yeah. No label to pod. We out.
No label.
Peace.
Damn, what did we even talk about? God damn this shit, dude.
No label.